Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are doing February's pick a card reading. I cannot believe that we are already in February 2023. So with that being said, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and know that there's a message in here for you somewhere. And before you pick a pile or a crystal in front of you, all I ask you to do is to get into a calm, quiet space, take a few deep breaths to get centered, and let your intuition or your gut pick the pile or the crystal for you. And if you want to pick all three or two, that's fine as well, whatever you're drawn to. All right, so timestamps for each group and crystal will be down below in the description box, as well as in the pinned comment by me. And whilst you're in the description box, I do have a link tree that will provide you all of my social media, as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. So if you want a more personalized reading, that's where to go. Let's take a look at the card piles. So group number one is going to be this Amethyst raw cluster here. So Amethyst, group number one. Group number two is going to be a raw Labradorite. Group number two. And group number three is going to be this raw clear quartz. All right. 1, 2, and 3. And if you need to pause the video to meditate on the piles and crystals, you can do so as well. If not, I will see you in your particular group. Hello, my group number ones, those of you who chose the Amethyst cluster, which I love, it's so pretty. We're going to see what February's got going on with two tarot cards today. We're using the Opal edition of the Fortuna tarot, and then we've got some oracle cards to dive deeper in. But we only got two tarot cards today. We got one representing the message, one representing the advice. So the message here for February for you group number ones is the Queen of Wands. Oh, that's exciting. And then the advice here is justice. Okay, so immediately in my head, it's screaming, step into your power. Step into your creative, inspirational, passionate power. There might be two camps here, but that's the one that's screaming at my intuition right now, is to step up into what you know you were born to do. So with the Queen of Wands, she is somebody who embodies the passion, the sex appeal, the creativity, the boldness. She's like the type of person that sets a trend. She's very much somebody who's confident in who she is and what she brings to the table. And that inspires other people to do their best and be their confident self and try maybe something they wouldn't have tried before. So the advice for February is to ask you to step into that. Have you been neglecting yourself and nurturing that inside of you? Have you been neglecting the fact that you deserve to step up into your career, into your talent, to take a chance on you? Because that's what I keep seeing here. The other one, the other camp here is to just embody those characteristics more. Be more confident in what you bring to the table. Be more confident in your role, in yourself, in your talents, in your skills. Because in February, they might be showcased a lot more. If you step into this role, if you bring about your self-confidence, you might inspire other people. You might bring about a change. You might inspire your workplace. You might create change in the workplace because you are stepping into that confidence. People are going to see that and be like, oh yeah, okay, if they can do it, I could do it. Or they make a great point. They're awesome. like they've got everything under control. Or why didn't I think of that? So all of those things like kind of roll in and off of each other. Is that like a rock rolling down, a snowball off of each other? And create this big change, right? So step into your power. What are you waiting for? Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your talents, your skills, your creativity, all of the above. No matter what camp you're in with this, stop doubting, because it's not doing you any good. It's holding you back from reaching your potential. And that's what we're here for in February. Reaching and going above and beyond your potential, going forward and just creating the environment in which you want to be in. So then we have this advice here on how to maybe move through it and work through it. And the Justice card, this is all about balance and harmony and equality and truth. This is being able to communicate clearly and effectively, because this is represented by the Libra sign, which is an air sign. So it's, and we also got a sword here. So we've got that air communication going on. So communicate your thoughts in an equitable way. Communicate what you're demanding and what you want for yourself. Be confident about it. And that's going to create a little bit more harmony in your life, because you're not going to sit back on the sidelines and wonder what if. That's going to create more opportunity for you, because then you'll know, if you go out for a position or a leadership position and you're scared because you don't know if you can do it or if they're going to, approve of it or, fill in the blank. Either way, it's not a what if situation. You'll get an answer. So there's going to create that harmony within your life, because you got it. You can do this. Then we're going to talk about balance here a little bit. The advice here is to balance not only your efforts, but your time schedule as well. So if you're somebody who gives like 200% at work all the time and neglects everything else about self-care and nourishing your body and your, day-to-day needs, that's not going to be good for balance. So you need to make sure that, yes, put in the effort, yes, put in the work, yes, work hard for everything that you got. But at the same time, the Queen of Wands also nourishes herself. She also makes sure she dives deep into that self-care regimen and makes sure she herself is nourished, so she can then inspire and put forth water into other people's cups, correct? So we're talking balance, we're talking communication, we're talking about bringing about harmony, bringing about your self-worth, leveling that up, inspiring other people, leading by example. And some of you, it might be stepping into a leadership role or starting your own side hustle / business, entrepreneurship, because this energy isn't sit on the sideline energy. This energy is like, I am here to do what I need to do and create what I need to create. So with that, let's go a little bit deeper here with your oracle cards, starting with a deck that I haven't used in a while. We have the Rose Oracle. This is a Rebecca Campbell deck. Where's my, there it is. Yeah, Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle. So first up, we got the Anointed. I love it. Answer the call. Leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. So confirmation right here. Answer the dang phone. Step up into your role that you were built for. This is an empowerment message right here. I love that. Next, we've got the Bud. So potential, stepping into your potential, moving forward, a promise. It's about to happen. Keep going. I mean, absolutely. Just keep going. Things are going to start clicking. Things are going to start putting together the pieces and creating that harmony and balance. And your last Rose Oracle, we've got Release the Petals. So transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, and all change. So for some of you, this might be a huge change. And it should be, because you're stepping into something amazing and wonderful, and being confident about that is a huge transformation. And again, if you're stepping up into a leadership role or into a higher management position or owning your business or, turning your side hustle into your full-time job, that is a huge rebirth and, a huge big change. All of these things are changes, but it's so awesome to see this, because it is just going to bring about the things that needed to happen for so long for you. This is a change that is needed because you, again, were born to do this. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever this is something that, like, for 99% of you, this is like, yes, I love what I do and I love doing this and I love how I feel about when I bring about this passionate project. So yeah, this is something that you were born to do. It's a gift, a soul gift, like this card says. Let's keep going. We've got the self-love oracle. Yes, have to keep checking the box packaging. These are all decks that I have not used in a long time. So first up, we've got more change, miracle. So yeah, this is, again, expecting the change and knowing that this might feel like a miracle. It might feel like something that came out of the blue. But when you step into your power, you create a huge change and a huge transformation, because when you step into it, the universe says, finally, you're aligned. You know what you're doing. Like, now we're going to bring in all the blessings. All right, next up, we've got soul lesson surrender. So sacral chakra. This is also like a reminder to just go with it, to let it happen, because I feel like a lot of you have put this off for so long. Like, you're like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I can. I don't know, like that might be too much, or nobody's going to like it, or I don't feel confident enough. But if you finally surrender to it, a lot of the things are going to start clicking into place. A lot of things are going to just happen for you. And it might be also a reminder, since we have this sacral chakra here, to like unblock that. Maybe there's a blockage in that area, in that chakra for you, that might benefit to you kind of working with that. And maybe when you finally say, I'm going to do it, that's the unblocking for you for that. And your last self-love oracle card, we've got presence. So this is a soul lesson, and this is about the crown chakra. So if you are having self-doubts, if you are feeling like maybe it's a little overwhelming, or fill in the blanks as to what you're feeling, just be present and in the moment and take a few deep breaths. Listen to your intuition, and that will usually help guide you to do the next best thing or the next right thing. Sorry, Frozen fans. So the soul lesson here, practice being present, practice being in the now instead of looking too far ahead, because right now you can only change or control what's happening currently, right? You can't really look too far ahead, because things will change between now and then. So have the patience to be in the now. All right, next up, we've got the Dark Light Oracle. This is an oracle I've used for a while now, and I really love it. So first up, we've got transformation, becoming me. Would you look at that? Becoming me. So this is a transformation that is definitely 100% meant to happen. You're shedding old ways. You are shedding, old behavior patterns, ways that you were thinking about yourself, self-doubt, negative thoughts. You are turning them into something more positive and more freeing, stepping into your power and your confidence and your creativity. Love this for you. Next, we've got blessings. Prayers are heard. So again, things are happening for the best. Blessings. I love this for you. Oh my gosh. And then we got signs here. So messages are to be seen and heard. So maybe there's some things that if you slow down and be present for, that you'll see that are going to be indicators of like, okay, this is the next step. This is what you do next, or you're on the right track. Sometimes it helps when you ask, like, whether it's your angels, your gods or goddesses, or, whatever you believe in. I'm going to say spirit guides, because that's what I tend to ask when I have problems. So you ask for help, you ask for guidance or a sign, and then, whatever you associate those messages with, like whether they be feathers, coins on the ground, you can correlate those messages accordingly. So look out for some signs, look out for some messages that, might be a little bit supportive or helpful for you on this journey. And then next we have the Botanical inspirations. And we've got the, amaryllis. Come on, focus. Let's do it. There we go. And it says determination and creative achievement. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Maya Angelou. Next up, we've got hibiscus. I love this flower so much. Beauty and happiness. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. John Keats. And your last one here is Snapdragon. All red flowers, by the way. Graciousness and benevolence. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop. So more confirmation, right? Use your creativity. Be determined to do so. Fill your life with beauty and happiness. And then be gracious and know that everything is happening for you, to you. Okay? And then we've got your Lavender Love, I believe that's what it's called, Oracle from V-Love and Crystals. Shout out, hi girl. Love this deck. So we've got Cupcake, liking yourself for who you are. So again, accepting yourself for who you are, loving that, being confident in that, and other people are going to see how you radiate that. Then we've got Road Trip. So this is a metaphorical passage in life. So this is, again, another cycle, another transformation, another rebirth for you. And it's a passage in your life that's going to take you to the next space, the next level. And then we have Mirror, how you wish to be seen by others. So again, you're going to become this space of inspiration. You're going to be seen by a lot of people in whatever field you're in. They're going to see how confident you are, see how talented you are. So put your best foot forward. Like if you want to be that empowering person, it's going to radiate off of you. And so that put forward what you want other people to see of you. And then we have your last one here, Butterfly Painting. Creativity, intuition, and rebirth. Oh my gosh, that's just more confirmation that I do not need to elaborate on. And your last one is the Language of Flowers, inspirational cards. First up, we've got Orange Blossom, Enthusiasm. The best can be here, believe it. Absolutely. Next, we've got Wisteria, Longevity. So this is a good sign. Hint, hint. This might prolong or be a lasting thing for you. So plan for and take the dedicated path. Again, asking you to step into your power and your path here. And your last card, Mysterium, grounding. The beginning is where you need to be. So again, it's the beginning of your journey, of your new path, your transformation, your rebirth. This is awesome. I'm so excited for you. February is going to be a big month if you decide to take on the stepping into your power situation. It's going to be pretty big. I think that there's a lot of abundance waiting for you just around the corner here. And I think you're going to be very happy if you stay on this path. So let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know what group you chose down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. Have a wonderful February, and I will see. Oh, if you have not already done so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you'll never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful February, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number twos, those of you who chose the raw Labradorite. We're going to take a look at what's going on in your February. We've got the Fortuna Tarot that we're going to look at first. We have the 2 cards, and then we're going to dive deeper with your Oracle cards. So first up, the first card that I put down with the tarot is going to represent the message that is going to be for February, and that is the 3 of Pentacles. All right. And then the next tarot card is going to be the advice. And we've got the Prince of Candles, or the Knight of Wands. All right. So the first thing I'm going to tell you what's going on in my head is I'm hearing work together. Just work together. And I'm laughing because it's almost like the energy of an exasperated sigh. Like, just do it. So there might be a few different camps here. There might be some that you are begrudgingly having to work together. And you might not like the person you paired up with or have to be working with. And then there's other people here that genuinely don't mind working with other people, but the end goal is still the same. Work together, collaborate, and have a very cool end result. So this 3 of Pentacles is literally about every other person in your team or your work project or your school project they have a skill that's being brought to the table, and they all will work together alongside your skill and will create the most amazing end result, right? So utilizing your wisdom, everybody's knowledge about the particular skill set, and utilizing your talents and strategically unifying around that. And the ones who are begrudgingly having to do this, I understand completely, because sometimes you get paired with somebody that maybe you don't click with, or maybe, you just really get a bad vibe from. But if you have to be paired with somebody, as long as you're doing your best, that's all that matters. I have a feeling that no matter what, you're going to get an amazing end result. So this might be something like, you having to work with a different company. So let me backtrack a little bit. My head's going crazy. So if you have the job of a realtor, you might need to work with a contractor and a landscaper in order to help the client, right? So that's two different skill sets that you know nothing about, but you come together as a team to create the perfect end result for your client's needs. Another version is you don't speak any Spanish, but your coworker speaks English and Spanish, so you can work together with a client who is only Spanish speaking and create the end result for that client's needs. So there's a lot of different ways that this might resonate with you, but the whole point here is working together is going to create the best end results. Okay. And this could also mean like collaborating if you're somebody who does social media, reaching out to other people to work with, to advertise your product or advertise you. It might be something that's completely not in your wheelhouse, that you might have to work with somebody else that has that to get the result that you're looking for. So some of you might really hate reaching out to other people or having to work with other people, but it's in your best interest to do so. That's why I'm like, yeah, begrudgingly having to work with other people sometimes really stinks. But the advice here is this Prince of Candles or this Knight of Wands. And this is basically saying you bring the self-expression and the drive and the passion, right? If you take the initiative and just bring all of what you would expect to the table at any other situation that you are putting your name on, you're going to be fine. Things are going to happen really quickly with this Knight of Wands energy. It's a fast moving energy. So you're not going to be spending long, terrible, drawn out days working on this project with the other person. If that's what you're nervous about, I think it's going to be a very, it's going to fly by pretty quickly is what I'm getting. But being assertive in what you want to bring to the table is going to be key too. Like, don't back down. Don't let other people intimidate you when you know that that's the option that is going to work best. Don't let other people belittle you, because the Knight of Wands would never. So this is also about allowing your creativity, your self-expression, and your passion to show and put forth into the project as well. So don't let your voice be drowned out in it. Essentially, hopefully that makes sense. And then also too, it might inspire the other people that you're working with to get going and to bring their best foot forward. So there's a lot of situations here, but the be all end all is you got to work together. You got to pull through, bring your knowledge and your skill sets together, and take your initiative to be assertive, creative, and express yourself in the way that you know is right. This is probably going to be a learning opportunity for everyone involved as well. You're going to learn something from them and vice versa. So make sure that you do put your best foot forward, because this also might be something that your name might be spread to other people too. Networking, that's the word. So remember, if you are struggling to work with another person, you don't want to, remember that this might be a networking opportunity for you, and it might be something that will propel your career path forward. So never belittle, burn bridges, anything like that. Always put your best self forward. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this reading so far. I think this is great. So February is going to be awesome so far if you just work together. And I'm laughing because it is just one of those things that is going off in my head, begrudgingly energy. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, next up we've got the Rose Oracle. We're going to dive deeper now. We've got the Mother Rose here. So returning to each other, compassion and humanity. Okay, so yeah, you might have to just be a little bit more understanding of the people that you work with, as well as returning to each other is interesting because it is the Mother Rose, which it might be insinuating that this is an opportunity to nurture your teammates and to nurture the environment in which you are working with, because with that motherly energy here, it's really about, caring for other people and knowing that, those other people probably have their own insecurities as well. But yeah, returning to each other, having compassion for your team work and your teammate. Then we have Sophia here, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. So again, this is asking you to use your knowledge and your wisdom and put it together with the other people. Here's confirmation for that. Divine plan and destiny. It could just be like, this is like a divine collaboration. Next up, we've got the grandmother, more motherly energy. So remember your roots, perspective, and trust the weavings. So remember, being yourself is going to be important with this project, working together as a team, but putting your own stamp on it is going to be important. But also having the perspective to know that this might be something that you only do this one time with these other people. You might not have to work with these people this closely for very much longer. This might be a one and done deal, but also having the perspective to know that your name is on this. And again, with the possibility of networking, you want to make a good impression. You want to make sure that your part in this is up to par and it is really genuine. All right, next up we have the Self-Love Oracle. And your first card here, we've got Elevate, support. So you support them, they support you. This is going to help level you up. Love it. Next up, we have Cleanse and Protect, solar plexus. So it might be an opportunity, like when you come home from your project, from working with them, you might have to just cleanse yourself, protect your space, protect your mentality, all of those things. If you are on the camp that are struggling to work with your partners, it might just be one of those situations where you just have to breathe through it, come home, cleanse the energy off, and then, put up your wards. And your last one here is Soul Lesson Perception, third eye chakra. So again, it might be something that you just have to change the way you look at it. Again, your name is going to be on this project. So make sure whatever you do it with authenticity and it is what you would like it to represent for you. All right. And also too, you might think that coworker that you don't want to work with or, teammate, whatever, is a certain way. But once you get to know that team worker or team member, coworker, they might be a completely different person. You might have a new look at them because of how they work with you, etc. So you might think, oh, well, I was judging them in a very wrong way, or they have changed, XYZ. All right, next up, we've got the Dark Light Oracle. And first up is a quest. It's a journey. I'm going on an adventure, searching for my grail. So yeah, this is going to be a new journey for you. This is going to be a new quest. And some of you might have to look at it that way because it might feel a little tedious, but this is going to create opportunity for you. And then we have Winter. So Frozen Hearts. This is interesting because this kind of is again, you might not be wanting to work with this, but kind of have to loosen up a little bit. This card is usually meant for mourning, and think of it like the Three of Swords, where it's you kind of have a frozen heart. Again, bringing it back to Frozen the movie. But from what this is vibing with the reading, I do feel like this is like, just accept that this is what the situation is, and then learn to understand your teammates and learn that not everything is as it seems, right? The perception here. Allow it to melt your heart a little bit. Don't put up so many walls when working with other people. Like, obviously get to know them a little bit before you break down your barriers, but sometimes we just have to accept the situation that we are given and learn to find the good in it and learn to work through it, because again, it could be a lesson for you in which the universe wants you to learn. So if you are struggling knowing that you have to work with somebody that you dislike, it's better to accept it. And again, your name is going to be on it. So you want to make sure that you at least put in the effort and the work. And your last, we've got masks behind the folding screen. So sometimes too, like this makes me think of like how people put up a front or are one way at work, like their professional mask, and then they come home, take that mask off, and they're like, oh, I'm free. So again, there might be people there that you don't think that you like just because they have a certain way of being at work. But once you get to know them behind the mask, you're like, oh, they're not so bad. So everything that I'm seeing here, it just makes me think that if you are struggling, again, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be so terrible that you're going to have an existential crisis over it. I do feel like this is going to be something that you can work through, push through, and understand the other person in the meantime. So again, we have all of that mother energy here on the table as well. So I feel like it's going to be very nurturing and very good for the soul as well. I feel like there's going to be a connection being made. I feel like that you're going to understand the other person a little bit better. So don't worry too much if you are having a problem with another person. I think those walls are going to break down. I think you're going to learn to accept what the other person's really talented at and who they are behind the mask that they wear at work. Okay, so don't freak out too much. And for those of you who are just vibing with your teammates, like again, you might just see another side of them. You just might see another, like maybe you thought that they were super serious and you get to working together and they are cracking jokes right and left. So don't worry too much about, you know, a struggle or anything like that. I don't see anything that would lead me to believe that this would be an unsuccessful project or venture. All right, next up we have the Botanical Inspirations, and we have the Gladiola. So strength of character and moral integrity. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experiences of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, vision cleared, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Helen Keller. So again, some of you might have to step up with that strength and fortitude of character and your morals in order to make it through, but it's going to be worth it in the end. And then we have the Hydrangea, thankfulness for understanding. Before we forgive one another, we have to understand one another. So Emma Goldman. So there's going to be an understanding between all of you that work together. It's going to be good. Everything's going to be fine. I don't worry. I don't have any bad vibes about the pairings that's going on. Yellow rose, enthusiasm and friendship. See? A single rose can be my garden, a single friend, my world. Leo Buscalia. So yeah, I definitely don't see anything bad here. I think for the most of you, it's all going to be understanding. For everyone that's working together, you probably are going to have fun and have that enthusiasm, especially with that Knight of Wands energy. So yeah, I am not upset about it. So then we have the Lavender Love Oracle from V-Love and Crystals. Shout out to you. First up, we've got running. So facing fears and problems. So again, yeah, you might be facing some fears with working with these other people or facing your problems with it. That again is a very Knight of Wands things to do. Stand up for what you believe in, stand up for what you're doing, and facing your problems and your fears head on. Then we have Glow, insight, guidance, and enlightenment. There we go. Love that. So I do want to bring it back to the running here, because I also want to say that for those of you who aren't worried about working with another person, that you're just working together, This is going to probably have to do with maybe what you are working on. So maybe you are innovating something new or working on a new project. I don't know why lip gloss is coming to mind, but say you're creating a new lip gloss and you might be having fear about the chemical workup in the lip gloss, or whether people are going to like the color or the texture or the smell, those sort of things. Working together through those problems, facing your fears, facing fear of being criticized for your product or whatever. So there's a lot of different avenues that this can be running about. Then we've got zipper, convenience and productivity. So yeah, again, working together to finish the project here with the zipper. Love that. And productivity. Like I said, you guys are going to have a good run of this. And your last lavender card, we've got crystal ball. Clear outlook on the future. Done. Love that. So yeah, positive. I think your project is going to be awesome. I think it's going to turn out fine. Whatever you're working on is going to be worth the work and probably the late hours you're going to be doing it. And then we have the language of flowers, inspirational cards. First up, we've got status. So adaptation. Change will be better than you think. There we go. And adapting to this new project, new working conditions. It's going to go good. We've got everlasting daisy. So fortitude. Be brave and dig deep. Then we've got heliconia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So realization. The answer is here. Take heed. So keep going. And then your last card here is Peruvian lily. Strength. More effort will get you what you want. So putting in that effort, getting that inner strength going, you got this. All right. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please let me know what group you chose down in the comment section below. I always enjoy reading those. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You're going to have a wonderful February. Just stick through it. It'll be fantastic from what the cards say. So thank you so much. Again, if you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, my group number 3s. Those of you who chose the quartz, clear quartz raw cluster here. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, we've got the Fortuna Opal Edition Tarot that we're going to take a look at first. Then we're going to dive deeper with your oracle cards. All right, so just 2 tarot cards today. First one is representing the message for February, and we've got, oh, I love it, the Ace of Elixirs or Ace of Cups. Awesome. And then the advice, we have the universe or the world. Okay. So the message here is open your heart. Opening of your heart with this Ace of Cups, knowing that new relationships are possible, new beginnings are possible and are coming if you allow yourself to be a little vulnerable, if you allow yourself to open up, to not shut everybody out, to know that not everyone is going to treat you in a way that is not becoming or that you don't like. I think a lot of times we do tend to shut down after, you know, a bad relationship or friendship. We build up walls, but this is asking us in the month of February. I mean, it's kind of fitting too, since it's February, but to just let down our guard a little bit, open up a window in the wall to allow yourself to have even the thought of the possibility of a relationship or a connection or, you know, any sort of relationship. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be about friendship too, learning to trust people or, you know, meeting new friends, meeting new people in your neighborhood, in your local coffee shop, having fun, meeting up with, you know, different groups like a game night. I don't know what people do anymore. Is it bowling? But like book clubs, that sort of a thing. But like new adventures are coming. This is also a message to like nurture yourself, nurture your soul, like your emotions, what makes you feel good, because this Ace of Cups, The Cups suit is water and emotions and heart-based situations. So this could be asking you to really like take care of those needs. Maybe those have been neglected. And so this is asking in the month of February to really pay attention to them again and really focus on, nurturing that part of your soul, to wake up maybe to express your feelings a little bit better, wake up those emotions, wake up those feelings of compassion, knowing that, this could be a new beginning for love, for feeling better, for being able to express yourself or express your emotions. Think of the Ace of Cups as my cup overfloweth. So there's lots of possibilities for potential romance or just romancing yourself, like maybe start there. But the reason why I'm thinking about, maybe you're having walls and maybe needing to drop them a little bit is because we have this World card here. And the advice here is to know that this is a new cycle, because when the World card shows up, there is the knowing that you've been through the whole cycle, you've completed it, and you are successfully done with that chapter. We are now moving on to the next chapter. So you've been through what you needed to go through, and maybe the chapter of a last relationship or a friendship has closed, and you've done the grieving process, and now it's time to think about opening up that window in the wall. Knowing that it is now time for that is the advice here. Knowing that you are now in an area in your life where this is possible and where this is something that you can maybe consider a little bit more now. It could be the possibility of just knowing that you're capable of moving on and trusting another person, putting your love and compassion into another person, as well as yourself. Because remember, I always use the example of you cannot fill up somebody else's cup if your cup is empty, right? So fill your cup first. So nurture yourself, and then you can then nurture somebody else. So if you are struggling with relationships right now, know that February might be the month where you tend to start feeling comfortable opening up again, comfortable putting yourself out there again. Maybe this is the time where you're like, okay, I'm going to start going on a dating site. I'm going to do Match.com, or I'm going to do Tinder. I don't know what the popular apps are, but you get my drift. Back in my day, it was video. Oh my gosh. Sorry, not to get off track, but if you are millennial and older, you might remember the video ads that we all like made fun of, the 1-800 call in now. I'm looking for such and such. Anyway, what I mean to say is there is an opportunity here for you to put yourself back out there. But knowing that this is now a new chapter, knowing that you are now ready, that you are now emotionally, financially, foundationally ready to move on and open yourself up is a huge step here. And that's the advice, to know that you are ready, to know that you have this opportunity to start anew, to create this new beginning, because we literally have an ending here going toward a beginning, and a beginning here. So there's a huge opportunity blossoming for you in February, and it's up to you whether you feel like you're ready for it or not, and whether you put yourself out there. But the message is here saying go for it, do it. All right, let's see what else we can see with your oracle cards. First up, we've got your Rose Oracle. First card here is the Rose Garden. And it says, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. Everything we were just talking about. Being gentle with yourself, forgiving yourself maybe for the decisions that were made, forgiving yourself for not knowing better, forgiving yourself for, staying longer than you thought you wanted to, forgiving other people. That forgiveness is not necessarily for the other person, it's for you to have closure and to move on. And I think it might be the time where you say, yeah, I'm ready to move on. again, being gentle with yourself, having compassion and nurturing yourself. Next, we've got the sacred union, beloved within inner and outer relationships. So exactly what we've been talking about. So loving yourself and then loving and allowing loving relationships with you. So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could just be like letting your friends in more, letting family in more. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. However, I am getting very strong romantic vibes as well. Then we have after the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, and acceptance. So yeah, this is like the light at the end of the tunnel. So this is like you've been there, done that. You close that chapter and now we are ready to move on. Accepting what happened, accepting the situation, having relief that, you're finally able to move forward. So good here. I love all of these. And your last rose card here, healing is happening. You are not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. And I do not need to go further into that. That's awesome. Okay, next up we have the self-love oracle. And first up, ritual body worship, sacral chakras. So again, worship yourself, worship your body. Do something, since it says ritual, make it a ritual and make it a focus that you do something for your body, whether it's exercise, whether it's a face mask, whether it is a massage. It can even be as simple as making sure at the end of the night you take off your makeup and go to bed with a fresh face. Body worship. Looking in the mirror, telling yourself, I love myself. I love who I am. I love the way my body looks. I love how I look in this dress. I love, the freckle on my face. I love that, my hair is unique. Fill in the blank. Body worship. Literally worship yourself. It's going to give you so much self-love and confidence, and it's going to fill your cup when you start seeing yourself how other people see you. Okay, next up we have soul lesson trust, root chakra. Be inspired by what you love. I love it. So learning to trust other people again, learning to trust that you can put your love into somebody else, or your trust into a friendship or, partnership. But it could be indicating too that your root chakra might need to be a little blocked there, might need to be worked on. Same with your sacral chakra here. So trusting yourself and putting trust in other people, it's a very vulnerable thing to do. It's very frightening to do, especially when you've been burned so many times before. But in order for yourself to open up and at least try to have a relationship with somebody else, it's important that you try to trust the other person. Build that trust upon time. Okay. You're not going to immediately trust somebody right out the gate. It's something that's a buildable thing. And, it doesn't start by you jumping in head first, feet first, whatever, with the other person and, moving in together in marriage right out the bat, right? It's a trusting process. You got to learn to be okay and trust what the other person has to say. So trust is hard, but it's something that you are learning from. And again, this is a new chapter. And then your last self-love oracle, we've got the gift of connection. Ooh, look at them together. Love this. So crown chakra, having a connection with somebody else. Ooh, I can't even read the back here. When you something for more than 20 seconds. Oh, when you mother for more than 20 seconds, your brain releases endorphins. So enjoy that hug for just a little longer. I have no idea what that word is supposed to say. All right. So anyway, the gift of connection, crown chakra. So again, if you open up your heart, if you kind of like let that window in the wall happen, there's going to be a connection happening. And it is a gift. When you connect like so fully to another person, it is the most amazing, wonderful, beautiful thing. But you cannot get that gift of connection if you wall yourself off to everyone. So this, again, is a confirmation to open up a little bit. All right. Your next cards here are the Dark Light Oracle. We've got water. Love it. What you feel. So more indication that Ace of Cups here. Confirmation of listening to how you feel, listening to your intuition. Listen, if you meet somebody and all of your instincts are telling you to run, you run. But if you sit there and you're like, I like this person, you can let down your guard a little bit, right? If your intuition is telling you, yeah, it's okay. Let your guard down a little bit. Listen to your gut and really take in how you feel, how your body reacts to, your date or your friend. How do you cross your arms and legs and ball yourself up when you're talking to that other person? Or are you open with your body language and you feel comfortable letting somebody sit close to you? Listen to your emotions, listen to your body, and listen to your intuition. And if you need to have an emotional day, that is okay too. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. It's okay to dig deep with, maybe the reasons why you are feeling that way. Your next card here is exploring. Ooh, I love it. Far off lands are awaiting. So this could just be you exploring the opportunity of another connection. Friendship, romance, whatever the case may be. And it could be you and your connection exploring the town that you live in on dates, exploring each other's likes and interests, exploring each other. I mean, there's a lot here. So this is really cool to see. I really like this. Yeah, far off lands are waiting. You're not going to get to exploring if you're staying at home and building up that wall, right? And your last one here, summer, the highest height. So this makes me think of the sun card, which is happiness and health and vitality, fertility, masculine energy. So you have the yin and yang here, you have the divine feminine, and you have the masculine energy. So that is a nice little bookend there for you, especially between the exploring card. So lots of positive energy there for you. And then we've got the Botanical Inspiration cards. First up, the Nasturtium. Victory and conquest. Love it. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. So victory and conquest. I'm going to let you read between the lines with that. But I think everything will be successful. Then we have Red Rose. Okay, Bachelor. We've got hidden secrets. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth, Buddha. I think this will open up some desires and things that maybe you've neglected for a little long. I don't think hidden secrets is anything negative or anything vindictive, like somebody's hiding things from you. I think this is more along the lines of like unlocking, your potential and unlocking things. Maybe you're telling your significant other or partner or connection things that maybe you haven't told anybody in a long time. Maybe things that your feelings that you've locked away, or maybe your dreams and ambitions and goals. So I don't see this as a nefarious thing. I see this as you maybe opening up a lot more than you thought you would. And Red Rose, I mean, romance, come on. And then we have Forget-Me-Nots. Ooh, I love it. Eternal memories. So the best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way, unknown. So maybe this is saying put the past behind and allow yourself to create new memories. And your last botanical, we've got the honeysuckle. Domestic happiness and devoted affection. I love it. I will wind thee in my arms, so doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle gently entwist. William Shakespeare. Okay, I'm liking where this is going for you. Then we have the Lavender Love Oracle by V Love and Crystals. Shout out to you, girl. Thank you so much. We've got Valentine, a new relationship that is going well. Well, I mean, enough said. Then we've got Fight, battle with emotions or beliefs. So here is the conflict within you needing to, lower your walls and lower your not boundaries, because boundaries are important, but lower your, the walls. I do think that there might be an internal fight where maybe you think you're not good enough, or your self-doubts, that internal dialogue, like, oh, why would they like me? Or why would they want to start a relationship with me? So that there might be some internal dialogue that you need to fight in order to push through, especially if you've had negative experiences with relationships in the past. But I feel like it's a good fight to have. Like, it's, especially when we're dealing with emotions here, we've got emotions on the table all over here. So there might be a lot of you needing to fight with what you thought was what your self-worth was, or what you were feeling about yourself physically, mentally, all of those things. But it's a fight worth having with yourself, because, this is a new chapter and you deserve good and wonderful things in your life. Your next card here is Secret Admirer. Oh my. Wanting your crush to like you. Okay, well, that's exciting. A secret admirer just might be on the horizon for you. In your last lavender love, we've got communication, good conversations, and needing to be heard. 100%. I think that once you communicate your needs, it's so important to communicate what your needs are, what your boundaries are, all of those things when you meet new people. I mean, obviously you got to spread that out through the communication process anyway, but getting to know someone, it's important to let them know what your boundaries are and what your needs and wants are, especially if you're talking about getting into a relationship, what your expectations really are. It's super important, and it creates right then and there a floor plan, if you will, or a game plan of what you're looking for. And if they are not willing to meet or compromise with those boundaries and needs, then it's not something that you should maybe continue with, right? So taking your past experiences, taking your past relationships, and all of the things that you experienced, and putting them into something new chapter-wise. So what have you learned to make this next relationship easier and better and more fulfilling? And a lot of that has to do with communicating your needs and wants. And your last little bit of cards here are your language of flowers. First up, we've got Mexican Marigold, renewal, time to begin again, stronger and better. Bam. Next up, we've got Sweet Alyssum, clarity, bright paths of understanding will open. Then we've got White Carnation, devotion. Okay. Be true and pure in thought and deed. And your last card here is Camellia, peace. Be calm and calm will come. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love this. This is awesome for February to begin with, but this is just awesome in general. I love how, it's just like supposedly the most romantic month, and you have a spread about relationships and opening up your heart again, maybe tearing down those walls. So please let me know if this resonated with you and what group you chose down in the comment section below. I hope you have a wonderful February. Everything looks good for you. I'm so excited for you. And know that you can always start again. You can always have a new chapter. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.